What's going on YouTube? This is episode 4 of Comic Book Aficionados. I'm Mason AJ.
I'm the GOAT. This is IBM coming at you YouTube.
This is Athena.
This is Excalibur.
Today we're going to be talking about Injustice: Gods Among Us, which is an upcoming video game coming out made by Another Realms and DC Comics. There's 2 products out right now. There's the comic book, which leads up to the video game, and the video game itself, which comes out April 16th. Be sure to check it out. I've been to 6 comic book stores today, and the only one I could find was this one right here. This is literally the last one on the shelf.
I had to buy all digital. I couldn't even find it at physical copy.
It's funny because I'm actually not that big of a fan of this Injustice comic.
Really?
Like,
well, no, I can see that. It is an Elseworld style, and I think a big part of it is that this is a comic made to sell a product. It's not a comic.
But, you know, but I have to say, this is one of my favorite comics. Like, I'm enjoying the comic. I hate it and I love it at the same time because I hate Superman for the first time. For the first time, I feel like he's breaking his creed.
If you check out the one-shot Lance's the.
I love my Superman. Okay,
but just to bring up that point, I feel that Superman has broken his creed. Like, he's come down, he's done things that he's not used to, and then on top of that, no one in the Justice League other than Batman has gone, whoa, should we not worry about that? Everyone's gone, Superman, we are behind you 100%. That brings us to sell cookies, we will do that.
IBM and I spoke about this earlier today. I feel like Injustice has that feeling of the Justice Lords. I feel it's kind of got that tone to it.
Yeah.
It's in that area, in that realm. I still like the comic, but I can kind of see the direction that it's headed to.
Yeah, it's not exactly the evil Justice League.
Right,
it's the totalitarian Justice League.
Well,
right.
Okay, well, for those people out there who haven't read Injustice yet, pretty much the tone is Superman has taken over the world. He's enforcing his own brand of justice and peace, and the comic book takes place 5 years before that. So, and we can see the events that lead up to that, which take place in the game.
Yeah, the game, as you're already in this universe where some villains are heroes and some villains are still villains, but now they could be considered heroes. Yeah. And the heroes are villains, and
Superman
vice versa.
Fist
This is what led up to it, and it starts with a big man move from the Joker heading over to Metropolis and doing something to Superman that makes him kill Lois Lane.
Now, I want to know this though. Why are we talking about the video games really quick? I've heard from many sources that the comic book is supposed to explain why they're able to fight each other, or Superman can punch Batman and not take his head off.
Well, no, they haven't quite gotten to that point.
I'm totally with you. In the long run, it is a video game.
We're gonna say that's video game magic,
but because there's stuff in the game that is just like brutal, because it is made by the people who did Mortal Kombat, and it's very much in the tone of Mortal Kombat, and it's like, damn.
That's where you get it's like punch you in the face and then a stand you. Explosion, teleport.
Or even better yet, it has a whole list of characters, you know, from back as it was, and sometimes they just do like mean stuff. Ooh, you just want to put the controller down and just walk away because you feel it's too brutal.
See, and that's the one thing I actually appreciate about Injustice. It makes me look and be like, well, you could have did that a long time ago. What's going on? What's going on here? But then that's also what made me upset, because Superman punched a hole in Joker's chest. I was looking like that could have happened 5 years ago, before Joker had raped children and just did craziness. Like, why? Why did you wait? Why did you wait this long?
Superman goes and he kind of questions Batman because he's like, "Why didn't you do anything?" Because at the end of the day, you've been fighting the Joker for so long, you could have prevented all these deaths.
You could have
and
just
he pretty much accused him and said, "You miss the Joker. You love this
the whole
cat and mouse game that you have going on."
Batman, not to cut you off, but Batman had a great point when he was like, "There's a certain line And as much as I want to cross the line, once you cross the line, then
there's no coming back.
Yeah, there's no coming back, because once that line has been crossed, once you've gone over to the other side, it justifies everything you do. It's like, oh, you killed the Joker this one time, he's a bad guy. What's up if you kill Lex Luthor, Brainiac?
But
the guy who just happens to be robbing a canary store.
Marvel did this really awesome thing. Marvel did this awesome thing with the Sentry, where I think Carnage attacked. He took the Sentry took Carnage, flew off into space,
and ripped him in half,
and then like threw him into the sun. And then after that, the Avengers, whenever they came up to a group of criminals, the criminals would just surrender and just go, look, don't throw us into the sun anymore. Right. And it's like, that's such an effective method, and for the DC universe to have something that takes an effect like that, it's corrupting.
Which should make it a better place, though.
But I admire Superman for being the person with all this power and still always being the Boy Scout. Now, it may be boring to some readers, but let's be realistic. We all want someone like that in our lives. We all want someone to always fight for us, even when we have
it shows how much restraint that Superman has.
It's true. Everyone wants a hero, but at the same time, I just feel that as a hero, there are certain lines that probably do have to be crossed,
of course,
to prevent that from happening.
And that's why in this Injustice book, if you want to say who's my hero, Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman goes hard. God. Yo, I'm gonna say it. She goes hard with no restraint.
Yeah, you end up being her.
I'm a super hard.
They just shoot missiles at her, and she headbutts a tank. Ares himself, the God of War himself.
Okay, you know what? No, I want to interject really quick because when did she started bouncing bullets off of her face?
Yes.
Why was she not blocking these bullets with her little...
I thought that caught me as a little odd, but I'll let that slide. Again, this is not tied directly into anything as far as the main lore of the superheroes. This is some...
It just seems like all of a sudden she's a Kryptonian.
It's just... They took some liberties. I completely understand.
She's not a Kryptonian. She's an Amazonian. Okay,
she should still be able to get shot and go, you got me.
I'm just so used to her having the wristbands and blocking.
That was a part of the skill. That was a part of the skill of being a warrior. So now, what's the point of having a sword and shield if you can just walk through it and punch him in the face?
Yeah.
Like, she's a Kryptonian.
I completely understand where that's coming, but again, you have to take this as not part of the main lore.
Look at her. She got a sword and a shield.
This is a side story being made to promote a video game.
Okay.
This is not part of the New 52 or anything.
You know what? Then they shouldn't have made it so good. They shouldn't have made it so good because if they're going to make it that good, they need to go ahead and stick to, like, the lore of the
I would like to say this about the Wonder Woman in the comic book. I want to say this about the woman in the comic book. She's coming from this angle of, I wanted to do this the whole time. Y'all were holding me back. And she goes to Superman and it was like, it's about damn time. I needed you
that was
to be the one to set the pace.
And
it's taking off to a place where it's crazy.
Wonder Woman promotes peace. She's always for peace.
Yeah.
But she loves war. She's an Amazonian.
Because
she's about peace.
She's about peace, but anytime she can jump in and fight somebody, she's willing to. She's ready to. She's down for that. I mean, she headbutted
She's
a
about
tank.
that life.
we don't have to talk about Ares stepping in.
No. Wonder Woman has always come from the places. Man's world is savage. We have all this power. Why not use it?
Yeah.
She's always been one to be learning how to be like.
Why not be the strong arm of the law?
She's a strong arm kind of person. It's how her culture is.
But even how her culture is, it's still a very warlike culture. And at some point in time in the series, in the comics, okay, she's talking and she's having words, and somebody accidentally misfires and bounces off of her, and they're like, whoa, don't do that. And she's like, I'm tired of words, and she goes, she punches one dude in the face, lifts up a tank, beats the other guy with it, and she just going ham at it.
And we're about 11 issues deep of just this tension building, and it's all going to lead up to this video game, which is going to complete the story for every character. I am curious to see what the viewers and other readers out there say. I want you guys to pick up this book and really check it out, because again, and this is not a main piece of lore. It's just Like
it's just
like Excalibur said,
it feels like a main piece of lore.
It could have been, and it's just a damn good book.
It's just, you know what, the writing is good. I feel like some of the characters on, you know, they don't elaborate on it a little bit more. But then again, I know it's building up to the video game. Okay, I got it. But the backstory just seems perfect. As much as I love Superman, I can understand his breakdowns. I would destroy the world, son. You kill my daughter, you kill my wife, it's over. It's going down.
Spoiler alert. Check out the first issue.
But obviously, Excalibur just elaborated on what happened to Lois Lane. So we're gonna jump on that.
But also, we have to give a shout out to Tom Taylor, who was the writer, and as a writer, he's taking something that is a small little nitpick project and really taking. I feel like.
Is he behind the video game writing too?
Yes, he is.
Because I'm super hyped about this video game. So while we're on it, let's get into the video game and what else it does for the lore. The writing in the game, it continues this awesome story, but it's also got little mini stories on the side. One of which is as we mentioned before, the Joker gets killed, issue 1, and it's by Superman. Harley Quinn goes into hiding and stuff. She emerges. From the trailers I've seen, this is how it is. She's some type of hero now. She's become a hero.
She's become a hero.
And the Joker now there's a new Joker that's on the scene doing stuff. What? So she's like, you're not the Joker, and this is her arch-villain.
Well, who can pretend to be the Joker?
I don't know. I don't understand.
How is that even? Oh, was that not the Joker?
April 16th. We're gonna find out. Or was it not the Joker? That's very good.
You know, spoiler alert, because remember that the Joker did use this toxin. You know, what if he kind of fooled more than just Superman?
What if everyone absorbed the toxin?
But that's just part of it. Lex Luthor has his own story where he's he kind of comes in at an angle of like, this is why I fought them the whole time.
Right.
They can't have this power. You know, and now I have to step up, and the world sees it now, and that's
all he wanted. That's all he wanted. Lex is not an evil person. He just hating on Superman.
Oh yeah, well,
he's a hater.
Before Superman came out,
he's a good guy. He's
Lex
just a hater.
Luthor was the man. He was scientist. He was all about
scientist, business operator.
And then all of a sudden he was bald.
You basically knocked down.
Something happened. Superboy came and saved him at the time, and then he was bald, and no one cared about him because Superman was on the scene now. And that's really in the original writing. That's actually his.
I feel like Lex Luthor needs to just sit back and accept that he's not the champion anymore.
But again, back onto the game. Before we get into that, that's a whole nother episode. Back onto the game. The alternate skins for the character are the armor.
I saw those.
I looked at Green Arrow, and he actually has an alternate costume from the Arrow TV show.
Honestly, that's what's really making me want the game because I love the show. The show is really good. You know, not to get off topic, but you know that's what's really making me really want to play the game, just to play with that costume because
you know what else is cool about the costumes? When the costumes change, the voice changes, so it has multiple voice actors.
Doing
it. So actually, if you play a cyborg, there's like this comic book version, but with this alternate costumes, you can get like the Teen Titans. It's something that I've been hearing. It's something that when I see the characters' trailers and everything, it keeps changing and stuff. You'll notice it when you get more into it.
Because I'm not gonna lie. So all I want to do is play as Solomon Grundy and tank people.
In fact, if you pre-order from GameStop now, they give you the red skin pack, and you can also, and this is a big one, I encourage you all to do it. Pre-order the season pass for the game. It's like $20, but that gives you the DLC for the game. Extra skins, including the Flashpoint costumes, which one of my favorites is Deathstroke's, where he's the old man with the beard and he has the guns on his back. And then 4 new characters that haven't been named yet. The roster in the game already is crazy. You have Captain Marvel, Shazam, Solomon Grundy, Black Adam, Green Lantern, of course, Sinestro. The cast is huge, is ever growing. They just announced Black Adam, Raven, and Doomsday were the last ones just announced.
And that's who I'm waiting for. Doomsday.
He looks like a melee brawler. You can already see plenty of gameplay online. Do your research. I think Injustice Game right here on YouTube has their own channel, and they have a big tournament. You can check all that stuff out.
I mean, I love the fact that they matched up the characters against each other, which I think all the viewers need to check out.
Yeah, that whole tournament, some really cool gameplay things. Nightwing is in it. And the DLC characters got me hyped. And even though all signs point to this not happening, I want Lobo in the game. I think Lobo would be rad.
But you know, he really has to be written into. At least I think he should be written into the comics. To me,
maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe he can't be written into the storyline. That's why they're not putting.
You know, but
well,
who would you guys like to see though?
Me,
I want Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva.
Lady Shiva. Okay, I see that.
All of my favorite characters are in it.
Have they put is Black Canary in there?
No.
I would love to see Black Canary. That would be great.
They do need more girls, and they need I think a couple more villains to flesh it out. Because Bane is in it, and that's kind of a throwaway for me. I'm sorry.
I watched.
You know who I think would be hilarious in it? Wildcat. I think just seeing the old man come in and just box all these people and just put them down, be like, bow, bow, and his special be like a ring fall out the sky.
Maybe in part two.
But anyway, be sure to check out the video game. Be sure to leave comments down below. If you want to know my personal opinion, I think this is gonna happen. At the end of the game, Superman is gonna die. Okay, I'ma say it. I said it. Now what?
I don't agree with that.
I actually think Batman's gonna die.
Yeah, that's what
we'll see.
We'll see.
Either way, check out the book. My comicbookstorelocator.com. Support the art. Go out there, pick up these books, and read them yourself. Even if you get a subscription on your Android or iPhone, download these wonderful books.
Gotta love apps.
You gotta love apps.
And also be sure to look out on April 16th for the Injustice Gods Among Us video game.
Pre-order it and get all those special goodies. And I'm telling you, get that season pass.
And April 2nd is the demo. Check it out.
Yeah.
I'll be right there with you. See you on Xbox PS3. Oh, I got y'all.